Hey, what's up you guys, it's Dorothy and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to go into chapter 15 marked by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. So let's get right into this video. This video may contain sensitive topics and foul language. If you do not wish to continue, I suggest you click off the video now. You have been warned. And just a little heads up, we are halfway through this book already. So let's keep on reading. About halfway to Nyx's temple, I realized that Stevie Ray was being unusually quiet. I glanced sideways at her. Was she also looking pale? I got a creepy walk over your grave feeling. Stevie Ray, is something wrong? Yeah, well, it's sad and kind of scary. What is? The full moon ritual? My stomach started to hurt. No, you'll like that. Or at least you'll like this one. I knew she meant versus the Dark Daughters ritual I had to go to afterward, but I didn't want to talk about that. Stevie Ray's next words made the whole issue of the Dark Daughters seem like a small secondary problem. A girl died last hour. What? How? How they all die? She didn't make the change and her body just... Stevie Ray paused, shuddering. It happened near the end of Taekwondo class. She'd been coughing like she was short of breath at the beginning of our warm-up exercises. I didn't think anything of it, or maybe I did, but I put it out of my mind. Stevie Ray gave me a small, sad smile and looked ashamed of herself. Is there any way to have saved the kid? After they start. I broke off and made a vague, uncomfortable gesture. No, there's no way you can be saved if your body starts to reject the change. Then don't feel bad about not wanting to think about the girl who was coughing. There's nothing you could have done anyway. I know, it was awful. And Elizabeth was so nice. I felt a sharp jolt somewhere in the middle of my body. Elizabeth, no last name? She was the girl who died? Stevie Ray nodded, blinking hard and obviously trying not to cry. That's horrible, I said, my voice so weak it was almost a whisper. I remembered how considerate she'd been about my mark. Now she noticed Eric looking at me, but I just saw her in drama class. She was fine. That's how it happens. One second the kid sitting next to you looks perfectly normal. The next... Stevie Ray shivered again, and everything's going to go on like usual, even though someone at school just died. I remember that last year when a group of sophomores from SIHS had been in a car accident one weekend, and 2 of the kids had been killed. Extra counselors had been called into the school on Monday, and all the athletic events had been canceled for that week. Everything goes on like usual. We're supposed to get used to the idea that it might happen to anyone. You'll see. Everyone will act like nothing happened, especially upperclassmen. It's just third formers and good friends of Elizabeth, like her roommate, who will show any reaction at all. The third formers, that's us. Are we supposed to act right and get over it? Elizabeth's roommate and best friend will probably keep to themselves for a couple of days, but then they'll be expected to get it together. She lowered her voice. Truthfully, I don't think the vamps think any of us as real until we actually change. I thought about this. Nefret didn't seem to treat me like I was temporary. She even said that it was an excellent sign that my mark was colored in already. Not that I was confident as she seemed to be about my future. But I absolutely was not going to say anything that might sound as if Nefret was giving me special treatment. I didn't want to be the weird one. I just wanted to be Stevie Ray's friend and fit in with my new group. That's really awful, was all I said. Yeah, but at least if it happens fast. Part of me wanted to know the details, and part of me was too scared to even ask the question. Thankfully, Shawnee interrupted before I could make myself ask what I was really too freaked out to want to know. Just please, with the taking so long, Shawnee called from the front steps of the temple. Aaron and Damien are already inside, saving us a place in the circle for us. But you know that once the ritual starts, they won't let anyone else in. Hurry up. We rushed up the steps, and with Shawnee leading us, hurried into the temple. Sweet, smoky incense engulfed me as I entered the dark, arched foyer of Nyx's temple. Automatically, I hesitated. Stevie Ray and Shawnee turned to me. It's okay. There's nothing to be nervous or scared about. Stevie Ray met my eyes and added, at least nothing in there. The full moon ritual is great. You'll like it. Oh, when the vamp traces the pentagram on your forehead and says, blessed be you, all you have to do is say, blessed be back to her, Shawnee explained. Then follow us over to our place in the circle. She smiled reassuringly at me and hurried ahead into the dimly lit interior room. Wait, I grabbed Stevie Ray's sleeve. I don't want to sound like one of those narrow-minded people with faith freaks, but isn't a pentagram a sign of evil or something like that? That's what I thought too until I got here, but all that evil stuff is bull that the people of faith want you to believe. So that heck, she said with a shrug. I'm not even sure why they're so set on people, well, humans that is, believing in that evil sign. The truth is, for like a zillion years, the pentagram has stood for wisdom, protection, and perfection. Good stuff like that. It's just a 5-pointed star. 4 of the points stand for the elements. The fifth one That points up stands for the spirit. That's all it is. No boogeyman there. Control, I muttered, glad we had a reason to quit talking about Elizabeth and death, huh? The people of faith want to control everything. A part of that control is that everyone has to always believe exactly the same. That's why I want people to think the pentagram is bad. I shook my head in disgust. Never mind, come on. I'm readier than I thought I was. Let's go in. We walked deeper into the foyer, and I heard running water. We passed a beautiful fountain, and then the entryway curved gently to the left. Within a thick arched stone doorway stood a vampire I didn't recognize. Excuse me. She was dressed entirely in black, a long skirt and a silky bell-sleeved blouse. The only decoration she had on was the silver embroidered goddess figure over her breast. Her hair was long and the color of wheat. Sapphire-colored spirals radiated from her crescent moon tattoo to down around her flawless face. That's Anastasia. She teaches the spells and rituals class. She's also Dragon's wife. Stevie Ray whispered quickly before she stepped up to the vampire and respectfully placed her fist over her heart. Anastasia smiled and dipped her finger in a rock bowl she was holding, then traced a 5-pointed star on Stevie Ray's forehead. Blessed be Stevie Ray, she said. Blessed be, Stevie Ray responded. She gave me an encouraging look before she disappeared into the smoky room beyond. I took a deep breath and made a conscious decision to put all my thoughts of Elizabeth and death and what-ifs out of my mind, at least during this ritual. I moved purposefully into the space in front of Anastasia, mimicking Stevie Ray. I placed my closed fist over my heart. The vampire dipped her finger in what I could now see was oil. Merry meet, Zoe Redbird. Welcome to the House of Night and your new life, she said as they traced the pentagram on my forehead over my mark. And blessed be, I murmured, surprised at the electric shiver that passed through my body when the damp star had taken form on my forehead. Go in and join your friend, she said kindly. There's no need to be nervous. I believe the goddess is already looking after you. Thank you, I said, and hurried into the room. There were candles everywhere, huge white ones suspended from the ceiling, and iron chandeliers. Big candle trees held more of them and were lined along the walls. In the temple, sonics didn't burn oil tamely in lanterns like in the rest of the school. Here the sonics were real. I knew that this place used to be a people of faith church dedicated to St. Augustine, but it looked like no church I'd ever seen before. I'm going to leave this off right there, and I will see you guys in part 2 of this chapter. Bye.